And what makes it even harder to lose weight is if you have a busy and demanding career. And so in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what steps you need to take to fix this issue. Because if you've already been trying to lose weight, but you haven't been able to stick to the nutrition plan, or you haven't been able to stick with the workout plan, I'm going to show you exactly what steps you need to take to avoid that. That way you don't continue to gain more weight, okay? And potentially even develop health issues. All right. These are things I help a lot of my coaching clients with. These are some tactical steps that you can start using today, some tangible steps that you can start using today to start losing weight. If you don't know already, nutrition is by far the most important part, guys. Okay. You can have the best workout plan in the world, but if you're trying to outwork poor nutrition habits, you're going to have a hard time losing weight. This is how you see people who are in the gym for months, if not years, but they still have a big stomach. And some of these people even have like health issues, whether it's type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, or erectile dysfunction. Okay. And so we want to avoid that though. I'm about to give y'all some game. Okay. And so the first thing is this you got to stop just eating healthy and you have to start eating based on energy management. Okay. If you've ever heard a trainer or somebody on social media say, you got to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight, all calories is a metric of energy. Okay. If you overconsume on calories, if you eat in a surplus, you're going to gain weight. This is what happens to a lot of people who are just quote unquote eating healthy. They're like, man, I'm eating healthy all the time. Like when I'm doing my game plan calls and I'm trying to understand their lifestyle a little bit better. And I'll say, well, take me through a quick day of eating for you. Like what's a typical day? And the things that most of them list off really healthy. There's nothing, out of the ordinary. But what I do notice is they don't know their calorie intake. They don't know their protein intake. And by not understanding these things, you can overeat on healthy food and gain weight, guys. Yes, believe it or not, you can overeat on healthy food and gain weight. This is why there's vegans out here and vegetarians out here who are still overweight or even morbidly obese because they're over consuming on the healthy food. This is super important to know, super important to be aware of. It's almost just as important. Well, I wouldn't even say almost. It's just like tracking your finances. You got to know what's going in and what's going out. If you don't know and you start to outspend how much you make, what happens? You tend to go broke. You find yourself not being able to, take care of your finances, your livelihood, because you outspent how much you make. Okay, super important. I appreciate the likes, y'all. I see y'all jumping on, showing love. Appreciate that. Um, and so that's the first thing. And so I want to go into a little bit of detail on energy management because these are things I teach my coaching clients, my private coaching clients, and they had never really heard about it in this way. But there's two sides to energy management, or multiple. But for the sake of nutrition, here's the thing: you have calorie intake. Okay, that's how much we're eating, like our portions, how much we eat over the course of a day. That's one part of energy management. The second part to energy management is the quality of foods that you eat. Okay. There's a lot of people, they can eat in a deficit and lose weight, but they can be eating a lot of processed food, a lot of fast food, a lot of, refined carbs, French fries, and, they can be eating things like a lot of fried chicken, things like that, right? And what tends to happen is that type of food has very low nutritional value. It can be, it can have them like, within a certain calorie intake, but if it's not quality food, it can zap their energy. And so if you've ever ate a meal where it's like, you stay within a certain calorie intake, but it may not be the best quality food, and you notice that you feel tired, or you get the brain fog, or you get the itis, or you feel sluggish, this is why that happens. It's quality and quantity. Both matter. So your portions and the quality of foods that you eat. So stick to more whole foods, which I'm getting ready to talk to y'all a little bit more about. Okay. And so that's the first thing. Shift from just eating healthy to focusing on energy management. All right. I never heard a trainer talk about it in that way, but I got it when I start to develop these frameworks that I'm teaching you guys right now. These are things I help my clients with. Second thing, know the difference between calorie dense foods and whole foods that are dense with nutritional value. Okay. Let me give you an example. I have a coaching client right now, and she was having a hard time losing weight her first 1 or 2 weeks in, and I build out nutrition plans for my coaching clients, and like it's designed specifically for them individually. And she was really sad. She was like, "I'm stepping on the scale. I don't know what I'm doing wrong." And so I said, "Well, I want you to list out what you've been eating on a daily basis. Like, tell me what you've been eating." And I see you guys commenting. I'm gonna answer. I'm gonna respond back once I finish up with the value. All right, I don't want to break up the value. Um, and so she started listing out everything she was eating throughout the day. And one of the things that really stood out was she was eating peanut butter with her smoothie. And I said to her, "You're trying to lose weight. There is no way I would tell you guys to put peanut butter in your smoothie. You can have one or two scoops of peanut butter, and that could easily be two, three, even 400 or 500 calories, depending on how big that scoop is. And so it's very important that you pay attention to the portions that you eat. Okay. You have foods that are dense with calories, like peanut butter and almond butter. You have to be aware of that. And so instead of eating foods that are dense with calories, where you really don't even have to eat too much of it, things like peanut butter, almond butter, um, guacamole. I have a lot of people who love eating Chipotle. Let me know down in the comments if you like eating Chipotle. And they'll go to Chipotle and they'll load that bowl up. Beans, rice, with some guacamole on top, with some chicken on top. It's just too much. It's healthy, sure. But dude, like you could easily that's easily 1,000 to 1,500 calories. Easily. There's women out here who are trying to lose weight and they're eating like that. And they don't even have another meal that they can eat because all their calories just went to that one bowl. And same for some guys. You're eating healthy, but you're not aware that these foods that you're eating are dense with calories. Like even an example of and this is kind of like going, this isn't on the script, but I want to give you this game in this moment. But if you're eating rice and beans at the same time in one meal, guys, you're eating two starchy carbs. Both of these starchy carbs, calorie dense. Okay. But you have other carbs like vegetables and fruits that you can eat, way lower in calories, really high in nutritional value, though. Okay. That's what I mean with the difference between foods that are healthy but dense in calories, then foods that are healthy but higher nutritional value. If you want to lose weight and you want to keep weight off, the people who are most successful at being able to lose weight and keep it off, they're eating foods that are high in nutritional value and they're eating less foods that are healthy but dense in calories. Like guys, I would love to eat peanut butter and Reese's cups every day. But I know them calories go add up so quick. Maybe when I was in my early 20s, I could get away with it. But in my mid 30s, it's a different ball game. You be feeling sluggish, feel bloated, have brain fog, some of the things that you guys are going through, having extra belly fat. Okay. And so that's the second thing. Know the difference between foods that are dense in calories and foods that are high in nutritional value. Foods that are high in nutritional value, grain vegetables, fruits that have seeds in them, protein, even whether it's beef, chicken, steak, some type of fish, eggs, egg whites, things like that. Okay. Um, the next thing is you got to have the right structure and strategy. You have to have the right structure and strategy, guys. If you've ever done a meal plan or a workout plan and you started off strong and then all of a sudden you fall off, you couldn't stick with the plan, whether it because like it just wasn't sustainable for you with the way you were eating. Like I did bodybuilding. Like I know y'all can see my little trophy right here if you're watching on YouTube. And when I did bodybuilding, my coach had me eating 6 up to 7 meals a day. And I was like, dude, man, I love the way I'm looking. I'm more ripped than I've ever been. But man, I feel like I'm in the kitchen all day. I feel like I'm in this sucker like I need a life, you know. And I love the experience of bodybuilding, but there were definitely some cons to it. If you're a busy professional, you don't have time to be in the kitchen all day. And even though I'm a fitness professional, a health professional, I still don't want to be in the kitchen all day. Like, I want to be able to enjoy my life. I want to be able to shoot content. I want to be able to help my coaching clients. But if I'm in the kitchen cooking 6, 7 meals a day, man, no way. I just don't have the time. And so I say this because that's one structure and strategy, one strategy and structure that you can use to be able to drop body fat. That's the bodybuilder approach. Not most people. Most people can't sustain that who are busy professionals. And so you need something that's going to support your lifestyle, your goals, your way of living, something that's sustainable for you. Okay. And this is why I tell people fitness is not one size fits all. I have coaching clients who eat 2 meals a day. I have some coaching clients who eat 3 or 4 meals a day. It doesn't mean one way is better or worse than the other. You have some people that say they like doing the carnivore diet. Others like doing the keto diet. Others like doing the, whatever it is, all kind of different diets. I hear the fasting diet where you don't even eat meals. You don't eat anything for like 1 or 2 days of the week. But it's for some people, but for other people like myself, dude, I want to eat every day. I'm not gonna take a whole day and just not eat anything. What if I'm hungry? What if I have to go to an event? What if there's like a birthday gathering or something, or just a friend meetup, and I can't eat? No, I'm gonna eat. And so you have to have the structure and strategy that's going to align with your situation and goals. Okay. And what I find is the strategy that I tend to use with my coaching clients, this is like the foundation, it's the 3-2-1 diet. Okay. 3 meals a day, 2 snacks a day, and 1 cheat meal a week. Okay. 3 meals a day, 2 snacks a day, and then 1 cheat meal a week. Now, obviously, this can be twisted and turned, but this is like the foundation. Some of my coaching clients, after a while, they're like, I prefer to eat maybe just 2, which is fine. You can do that. But I show them how to divide up the portions with the meals. Okay. Because if you're eating 3 meals a day, your portions don't need to be as big with those 3 meals. But if you're eating 2 meals a day, your portions could be a little bit bigger. Okay. Because you're going off of your overall daily calorie intake. And if you don't understand what your daily calorie intake is, you can either be starving yourself, eating too little, or you could be overeating because you're going over your daily calorie intake. But that's how you divide your meals and your snacks up. Like, it doesn't have to be to an exact science, but let's say, for example, um, you have to eat 2,000 calories a day. Okay. And you just want to eat, let's say you want to eat 3 meals and 2 snacks. So 3 meals could look something like 500 calorie meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, 500 calories each. Now you have 1,500, but you still got another 500. Those 2 snacks could be 250 calories each. But let's say you're like, I still got to eat 2,000 calories, but I'd rather eat 2 meals. So you could divide it up into your main 2 meals could be bigger. They could be 750 calories each. You had 1,500. The 2 snacks, they could still be 250 each. You see what I mean? This is how you simplify this stuff, man. It's really simple, but it doesn't have to be overcomplicated like a lot of these trainers try to make it seem to be. But once you get the nutrition side of it, guys, you can have the best workout plan in the world. If you don't understand nutrition, you have a hard time losing weight. But once you get this part down, this is how my coaching clients be dropping 40, 50, 60, 100 pounds. And they not doing nothing crazy and miraculous in the gym. Like, they're regular people. They're busy professionals, but they're human. But hopefully y'all guys found this helpful. I do see a couple of comments, so I'm gonna address y'all's comments before I jump off. If y'all would like help from me though, you want some structure, you want a strategy, you're tired of wasting your time, not knowing if what you're doing is right or wrong, I'll drop a link down in the description below after I finish the video. That way you can learn more about one-on-one coaching. Uh, Herb says, I coach AAU basketball. My son got D1 offers. I'm trying to get my CSCS. I have a bachelor's, which you need to have a job on a college team. Do you have a CSCS? No, that's just a certification. It's different types of certifications. I went to Georgia State University for they call it being an exercise specialist. But the certification company that we went through, that Georgia State University goes through, is called ACSM, American College Sports Medicine. Okay, and so that one that you're going off of, that's just like a strength and conditioning one. So that's a different one. But yeah, man, go for it. It sounds like you want to do like strength and conditioning, so it sounds suitable for what you're looking to do. Uh, Creatine gives me a severe diarrhea, bro. Yeah, so I wouldn't be consuming creatine because it's something that your body doesn't agree with. So I wouldn't do that. Uh, Sergey says opinion on David Goggins 3 months fat loss routine. I don't know what his routine is. I know he's in a very intense guy, but I don't know what his 3 month routine is. I've lost 21 pounds in 40 days. Wow. Congrats. You dropped a lot of weight. Have you heard of carnivore diet? Yeah, it works for some people, not everybody. Not everybody just be wanting to eat a ton of meat every day. But it can work though. I've heard some horror stories with some people doing carnivore diet too. So, you know, I'm what I focus on teaching my coaching clients and the people who rock with my content, flexible nutrition. Flexible nutrition. There's a way you can eat foods you prefer to eat with structure and the right strategy and get this weight off and keep it off. Like guys, I eat a burger or a French fry or tacos, maybe once or twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. Every now and then I'll drink, me what do you call it? Some tequila or some bourbon or an old fashioned with a Woodford Reserve or something like that mixed with it. But I don't do it all the time, you know. And I'm able to still mid 30s, have abs, looking just as good, if not better, than when I was in my early 20s. Thanks, dude. Strength and conditioning coach. Exactly. Yeah, that's cool. Uh, all right. Great questions, guys. I typically go live on YouTube like late morning, sometimes early afternoon. Every blue moon, I'll do like a what do you call it? 2 lives in one day where I'll go live around these times and then I'll go live again in the evening. And so I'm just cranking them up, y'all, cranking them up. And so if y'all go to the lives column, live replay column on YouTube and on my channel, you'll see all the live replays that I've done. Not just the videos that I've made, but like the live replays, because I do these videos live. It's just way easier for me to crank them out, give y'all the value right away versus like doing all this crazy editing, and it just takes longer. Like me doing all that editing, it's gonna take me so much longer to get y'all this content if I had to do that. But doing it this way, one, we can even communicate, like some of you guys have commented, and then two, I can just crank out so much more content for y'all. All right. Other than that, if y'all have other questions, drop them down below, and I'll create content about it. All right. And again, if you want some help, you're tired of wasting your time with trial and error, I'll drop a link down in the description below. That way you can learn more about coaching. All right. We out. Peace.